A hero is a common person who does uncommon things for good. The stories that follow show that our scouts are prepared and ready to unselfishly do uncommon things in the name of good. Here are their stories. One of the most frightening things a person can experience is a life-threatening emergency involving a loved one. It is all too easy to freeze, not knowing what to do or wait desperately for emergency services. Fortunately for Julian Martinez of Troop 7266, he remembered the medical training he had participated in with the Scouts. In the middle of the night, Julian woke to find his grandmother in respiratory arrest. He reacted quickly and escorted her to her breathing machine, calmly reassuring her all the way. At 11 years old, Julian proved that you can be a hero no matter your size or your age. For his actions, Julian received the Council Certificate of Merit. Jacob Check and Coby Yeager of Troop 475 were trekking through Philmont when they encountered a couple of bears. Knowing the potential danger of bears, they left their crew to inform the rangers of the bears. They set off with the rangers to identify the bears, and after a while, Coby fell behind for a rest. Sensing something amiss, Jacob returned to Coby and saw that he was having an asthma attack. Jacob sprinted back to their campsite and recovered Coby's inhaler. Despite his exhaustion, Jacob immediately ran back the half-mile stretch to Coby, safely delivering Coby's inhaler. Jacob clearly embodies the Scout Oath, leaping to help others without a second thought. For his actions, Jacob was awarded the Council Certificate of Merit. Taking Scouts out into the woods always carries a certain degree of risk. It can be difficult knowing when to let them lead and when to step in. When encountering an out-of-control fire in the woods, both the adults and youth of Troop 50 were united in a single purpose. Without hesitation, they leapt into action to snuff out the fire using their water bottles. Together, after hours of labor, they were able to completely extinguish the flames. The youth's calm and determined actions reflect both on their courage and on the adults who guide them. Clifford Gamble, Connor Redman, Cutler Nelson, Luke West, Sebastian Folks, Sterling Folks, B.S. Nelson, Stephen Folks, and Stuart Gamble were all awarded the National Certificate of Merit. Dylan Clevenger of Troop 857 and his friend Tristan were enjoying a nice afternoon at Moulton Falls when they saw Jordan Holgerson fall 60 feet from the bridge. Showing tremendous bravery, they both dove into the water without hesitation. They found her in shock, nearly drowning in the water. The two brought her to shore and brought her onto the rocks, where she received attention from emergency services. Dylan stayed with her to make sure she stayed calm and safe. Rescuing someone from drowning is one of the most perilous rescue operations. If they panic, they can easily overwhelm a rescuer, stranding both. Dylan and Tristan's bravery surely saved Jordan's life. For this, Dylan received the National Medal of Merit. While on a canoeing trip in Bowron Lakes, Canada, Peter Carey and Coby Yeager and Jacob Check of Troop 475 encountered one of the most frightening things in the woods, a mother grizzly and her cub. This was the trio's second run-in with a bear and her cub, having previously seen bears in Philmont. As they ran from these bears, Jacob tripped and fell and was impaled by a branch. Despite the danger of the bear, Peter and Coby stopped to help Jacob. They were able to return to camp, and the next day Jacob was taken to the hospital. Staying calm in a crisis is part of what we teach in scouting, but the bravery to take action in the face of danger is what sets Coby and Jacob apart. For their actions, Jacob and Coby received the National Medal of Merit. Ryan Oldham of Troop 857 was skiing after the closure of the ski lifts when he heard a faint yelling to the side of the slope. Remembering his safety training, Ryan set his skis in an X pattern. Unfortunately, he discovered that the snow was deep, soft powder. The woman yelling was buried over her head. As he tried to talk to her, he found her to be too panicked to listen. This is one of the scariest and most dangerous rescue scenarios. Eventually, Ryan calmed her down and used her snowboard to drag her out of the hole. After her rescue, she was too overwhelmed to stay on her board for more than a few minutes. Ryan stayed with her all the way down the slope. The woman had left her cell phone behind and did not tell anyone where she was going. On a cold winter night, the worst could have easily happened without Ryan's actions. For his action, Ryan earned the National Heroism Award.